Hello! 3 dB at a time, it finally works. Hello and good evening and welcome to the December meeting, the holiday, Christmas, festive meeting of the SMPTE Toronto section. Glad you could all come. My name is Paul. My privilege to be the chair of the section, and on behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome you and wish you, be the first of the evening to wish you a very wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas or whatever you may celebrate, and all the very best wishes for the new year. During which, of course, you will renew your SMPTE memberships, right? We're coming up on the SMPTE centennial, so a very good time to be involved in SMPTE. There'll be a lot of interesting stuff going on, and the SMPTE history you're going to learn over the next couple of years as a result of the centennial celebrations will well arm you to understand more about what you do for a living. So a lot of fun ahead in the SMPTE. We've had an exciting month, the end of the reign of the Ford mayoralty. A little chuckle, that's all great. And Jean Gomesh got to try the handcuffs for himself this time, so that worked out. And finally, best of all, the CRTC was told by Netflix chairman something that kind of rhymes with show me when it came to cooperating with him. So the world is changing out there. I'd like to mention a couple of SMPTE things. First of all, I've said this before, for future meetings, do you have an idea? You got something neat, something cool you do? Tell us about it. Contact any one of the managers on the masthead of the announcement and let us know you want to come in and do a 10-minute talk and show us your birdhouse or whatever the heck it is. We'd like to add some variety and we'd like to add some local content. This isn't just someplace you come and absorb content. Bring what you know and share it with your fellow members, please. So if you think of a topic you can come and talk for 5 or 10 minutes on, half an hour, a whole evening, please feel free to propose to us what you might want to do. Also, we have our jobs board on the SMPTE.ca website now. And so if you're looking for work, or if you have a job available, please contact any one of us. I'll let you look for work directly on the board, but if you want to post something on the job board because you have a job available, please let us know. We'll put it up there. And Sylvia, I believe, the Tektronix posting Sylvia mentioned last month is still available, so you might want to go and check that out as well. By the way, Christmas is here. The SMPTE store does mail order, and they can probably still get it to you in time for Christmas. Everybody must have someone in their family who wants a Sheldon 50 Color Bars t-shirt. You can get it on the web. Order it right now. It'll be here for Christmas. We have a great meeting tonight, by the way, and we'll get to that in just a second, but I wanted to actually do a little, just a quick little technical talk, because I ran across an interesting little bit of content on the web I wanted to share with all of you, because it kind of opened my eyes about technology in a way. How many people here are not familiar with what a microwave link is about? Okay, so we all know it's a couple of dishes pointed at each other, and you push a signal generally from one end to the other, sometimes back and forth. And when you design such a system, you design it so that you have some number of dB on hand, so that if path loss increases due to foliage or terrestrial conditions or weather or whatever, you still have some signal margin before the link fails. But what do you do when the link finally fails? Well, you got to go figure out why it failed. And I want to show you an interesting case of attenuation I discovered on the web. And when I stopped laughing, I just knew I had to share this with you. This was a link in the US. And interestingly, the nature of the fault only got to about a 5 dB loss, and they never went off air apparently. But they saw the signal dropping in the fall. And anyway, they went to investigate and see if they could solve the problem. So have a look at this little tutorial video about path loss on microwave. There is some location audio. You'll see in a second what it will consist of. There's not really. Yeah, the title spoils it. But wait, this just gets better. So they get the cherry picker out, and they get up there. He says, "Okay, Jimmy, let her go. How many acorns?" Oh my
God! Acorns from heaven.
Poor Chippy.
How many? Oh,
Squirrels like that.
How many trips did a squirrel make to fill that dish? The interesting part is, and I got to thinking about this, if you filled the dish half full, that's only a 3 dB loss. So actually, squirrels all over the world are probably filling up dishes to half full and nobody even knows. Anyway, I just thought you might enjoy that little technical clip. We'll try and come up with one every month going forward that shares technology in a useful way. Anyway, like to welcome a couple of new members. Are they in the room? James Brooks and Kevin Marchand. Well, there are new members, and we welcome them. Sorry they're not here tonight. Hopefully they'll join us at a future meeting. So tonight's meeting, a very interesting meeting and a wonderful tour here at Deluxe. And our organizers for this meeting were Sylvia Penton, Craig Jasmine, and Tony Maracker. And without further ado, I would like to turn it over to Tony to take over the evening. Tony?
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And remember the sponsors for tonight and the nice food that they helped pay for. So it's always great to thank our sponsors. So if you see one of our sponsors, yeah, go ahead, let's clap. So this evening, the way it's going to work is we've got some presenters, some great talented presenters. They're going to do their presentations, and then after that, we're going to split the room in half. And half are going to go into Theater 1 and hear the demo of the Atmos system, the Dolby Atmos system, and the other half are going to take a tour of the facility. And then somewhere through the mix of trickery, you're going to swap. The other half are going to go in the room, and the other half will take a tour, and then you'll come back and get your coats. And the elevators are right here around the corner. Just help yourself to the door and let yourself out. There should be no key card access required to let yourself out, other than pressing the little release button on the door. So that we have 4 speakers tonight. We have Thomas Kadors of Dolby Laboratories. He's going to do a talk on the Dolby Atmos system. If you're not aware what that is that's just an enhanced version of theater presentation, and 32 speakers in the room.
Up to 64.
Up to 64 speakers in the room, up on the ceiling, around the side. So I have to convince Elizabeth that we're going to be mounting ceiling speakers in our living room. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So Thomas is going to tell us all about the technology and how it came about and things of that nature. And we have Greg Hall from Deluxe here. He's a VP of Engineering. Greg is right here, the guy in the middle, and he's going to do a presentation on the facility. Then we've got Jeff DeWalt, who is the Vice President of Technology and Media Services. He's got an interesting job. You have to corner him and talk to him about watermarking and forensics and all that stuff. What's that?
You can see it.
Oh, perfect. And then we have Nick Iannelli, who is the Vice President of Operations. So I'm just going to let them go. They're going to tag team each other, and once we're done, we will then figure out how we're going to split the groups up and